Welcome, everyone, to the Preserve Championships, part of the Disc Golf Pro Tour. We're out in Clearwater, Minnesota, at a beautiful piece of property. I'm Sarah Hokom here with Juliana Korver.
Today, we're going to be watching Missy Gannon, Raven Klein, Maria Oliva, and Lydia Lyons.
I love this mix of players. A lot of new faces. Haven't seen Lydia or Raven on these feature cards yet. Maria been on tour for most of the year.
Here we have hole 1, 615 feet, par 4. This hole is defined on the left by an OB waterline. Staying out to the right is safer play, but this makes the second shot to the pin a little bit longer. Most of the women should still be able to reach the pin, regardless of where their drive ends up.
Time in FPO. First up from Normal, Illinois, Lydia Lyons.
Lydia is still classified as an amateur. She has not accepted cash yet. And in fact, she even participated in a juniors event earlier this year.
Really smooth start to her round. Like her playing to that left side, making that second shot a little bit shorter. Maria lining up a destroyer. Puts a nice move on it. Getting that extra bit of distance. That's way up there.
Please welcome Missy Gannon.
Missy with a thrasher, her distance driver of choice. Really similar to Maria. Oh.
And representing Minnesota from Burnsville, Raven Klein.
Raven with a trespass. She throws a lot of different trilogy molds. A little low. It's like she was really quick on her throw, just trying to get it out of the hand. That's so like first shot nerves, in a big event. Which this is only her third Pro Tour event. And she just started playing like last year. Last year was her first tournament ever.
Wow, that's really impressive how well she's already doing then.
Ah, dang it. In the OB off that second shot. You can see in the air is kind of a haze. That is not fog. That is smoke from the Canadian wildfires. Missy with a buzz into the pin. Nice short birdie putt. Maria throwing a mid to the pin as well.
Maria has a lot of power. Nice to see she was able to do a standstill there. Makes it a little easier.
Lydia also disking down, throwing it past the pin. Looks like a P2. PA2, excuse me. Raven with her fourth shot with that out-of-bounds stroke. Oh, they're PA3s. Okay, now we know. Chain out left. That's a little nervy on that first putt, but it's not like it was a short putt, edge of the circle.
Lydia has a very unique putting style where there's a little push at the end, but I've seen it work very well for her.
Raven also chaining out left. Just a little bit, just a little bit tentative on these first putts. That's a very common issue.
Absolutely. Well, and this is a par 4, so.
Missy tapping in the birdie.
Hole 2, 280 feet, par 3. This cute little hole features a double mandatory right off the tee. A righty backhand shot has a nice right side gap that can get through the trees on a straight line or a very subtle flex.
Missy lining up her buzz, her Page Pierce signature buzz. Ooh, sneaking up that right side.
Looks good.
Oh my gosh, I think she missed all those trees by like 1 inch each. Using all of the space given. Maria, again, I'm thinking this is her MD3.
Just outside the circle, it looks like. I like that line.
Wow, and that's a putter. I think it might even be a PA4. That's a long way to throw a putter. And I think she's only about 18, 17, 18, 19, something like that.
I don't think she's 19 yet because she played in an 18 and under event this year.
Oh, right. But I didn't see her at Junior Worlds, which was surprising. Raven with a little bit of an early kick, but recovers nicely.
Yeah, a very pretty shot there. This played is the 3rd easiest hole for the day.
Maria putting with P2s. Long way away. Puts a nice run on it. And Lydia for birdie. Just a little weak. Looks like her stroke is a little stunted yet. Hopefully she can find a little bit more movement for the rest of the round. Maria cleaning up nice on the par. Raven is part of Team Judge, showing you how to get those biscuits in the basket.
Nice birdie for Missy.
Lydia cleaning up the par as well. So one birdie and 3 pars on this one.
Hole 3, 324-foot par 3. The drone footage is brought to us by Sean Clancy and his team at Provision Financial. Located in Michigan, they serve clients nationwide, specializing in retirement and investment planning. Click on the link below or visit them at provision.financial.
So Missy lining up the Thrasher after going 2 for 2 on the first 2 holes. Can she get number 3? Oh yeah, that looks good. Inside the circle. A little bit of a tester though from that short, just a 20, 25 footer.
There is one characteristic about this hole by the green. It does slope off a little bit on the left-hand side.
Maria disking way down, putting it just outside the circle. Lydia going H2.
Oh, beautiful shot.
Wow. I like those putts. Raven with a trespass. Again, kind of turning it over just a little bit.
Good distance.
The wind was pushing left to right out here, so she's going to have this headwind, which looks like she kind of gave it a safe run. This was a different wind than I saw in either of my practice rounds. Maria from well outside. Giving it a run and makes the putt.
Wow.
Wow.
Beautiful shot.
And if that misses, that's likely like down the hill on the left side with an uphill comebacker from not very close if it misses.
Love the confidence.
Wow. Elevator down. Great birdie. Lydia, you see Lydia behind her, just giving her full love. Awesome. And Missy trying to follow this up to get her third birdie in a row. Nice.
What a great start.
And Lydia also for the birdie.
Beautiful drive.
Wow. So 3 out of 4. Getting the birdie on 3.
Hole 4, 675 feet, par 4. It looks like you need to turn your drive from left to right quite a bit on this hole, but that really isn't necessary because a straight shot will give you a better line into this tunnel shot that we're just getting to the opening to now. It still isn't easy once you're lined up. The basket is quite a ways back behind the tunnel, and as you can see, it does dip down just a little bit by the pin.
And this is one of the changes from last year's Preserve. We used to play a par 4 that was just straight, more of an open look, and they've added this wooded second half, which I particularly like.
It's a very interesting hole.
Although very difficult to get. Missy putting it out nice. Had a headwind on this shot, and the Thrasher does its job. Maria with a destroyer. Ooh, that's
a great shot.
Nice.
Yeah.
This is a nice flight as well. Wow, she has
Boy.
so much power. And such a little body. I love it. Proving to the world that you don't have to be a big person to throw big shots. Raven with her trespass as well. Getting out in the short grass, pinched on the right.
Looks like she's just going to lay up to the gap, which is advisable.
Yeah, really smart play. I don't know if Raven has a sidearm. I'm interested to see if she throws one anytime out here. This is a mantis. Turned it a bit into that rough. It's tricky on the short side of the rough as well. There's a lot of stuff in the way. Oh.
Oh, nice kick. Oh, look at her footing. She's going to be running down, and she has to have an accurate shot here. But boy, she's lined up nicely.
Easy for these to come out a little early as you're running downhill.
I like that. She took very small steps to keep her timing right. That was a sophisticated shot.
Really
Well done.
playing it like a veteran. I wonder how long she's been playing. Maybe any of the Lydia fans out there can give us some heads up in the comments. Raven pushing right. Kicks back to the left side, but kind of looks like it's on the front side. So it'll be a tough par save, but she should be able to get up and down from there. Missy pinched over on the right side of the green or the fairway. Pitches out nicely with her Raptor.
This played as the 4th most difficult hole for the day.
Maria utilizing the sidearm. Ooh, roll to the pin. Missy with a long look for par. That was her fierce. Let it out a little bit early. She'll have a long putt for bogey. Oh, here we go. Here's the sidearm we were wondering. I guess she has one. Oh, yeah. A good one.
Nice touch.
Excellent.
Perhaps she has an ultimate background as well.
You know what? That makes a lot of sense. Missy for bogey. Ow.
Oh,
Oh, sneaks out that left part of the cage. Lydia here looking at birdie. Wow, great birdie. Katrina Allen is the only other person that got this birdie today. So it must be a Prodigy thing. Is this a Prodigy? It is a Prodigy basket.
that's a hard hole to birdie.
So, man, Maria and Raven getting the single bogey, and unfortunately, Missy erasing 2 of those birdies at -2, now down to -1. But Kristen and Lydia out in front.
This is hole number 5, 695 feet, par 4. Players will be trying to clear the first gap on their drive. The conservative play will then be to lay up to the opening for the second shot. The second shot goes down a very narrow tunnel. It's sort of similar to the last hole, but both tunnels are significantly tighter. This plays as a par 4, but it is a very hard par 4.
Yeah, I wouldn't even call this a tweener. I would call this like a straight par 5.
Oh, absolutely, me too.
Which I think we might be able to convince them based on the stats next year that this is a par 5. Lydia with a conservative shot off the tee. Looks like putter. PA3 perhaps. Oh wow, sneaking it just into the fairway.
She gets such good distance on her putter shots.
Maria
Great line.
getting a little bit aggressive. Wow, gets all the way to the corner. And that's how you birdie this hole. If you're into that kind of thing.
This played is the first most difficult hole for the day,
And
averaging 5.77 on this par 4.
That was Raven with a truth. And Missy going aggressive with a thrasher here. Oh, but saws it off a little bit, but she gets a nice kick into the fairway from the left side. Missy going Meteor. That's a little right of the gap. Oh, here's the sidearm. Yeah. Oh, well, work in progress. But that's not too bad. Still pretty much in the open. Lydia going putter again. Needs that to turn a little more. I guess that'll do.
Yeah, she's just laying up to the gap. Smart shot.
That must have been Maria's Wraith. Off the tee. Raven also pitching to the open area that gives you the straight look. But even from there, it's still like 250, 2 something.
And it's a very tight fairway.
Yeah, like 10 feet wide or something. Missy going Meteor again. Trying to get into the gap. A little bit right. But that's probably about 60 feet. A 60-foot putt for her par. And Lydia going with, looks like actually a mid. Almost looked like an M3. Raven with the straight look at it, misses left and still in there, probably utilizing the sidearm again. Man, this hole, I was like considering it a par 5 in my brain. So I was like totally happy with a 5. But you could also like 9 this hole.
Oh, that was a beautiful shot.
Wow, good kick off that tree for Maria.
Yeah, so much can go wrong in this hole. And the opening for this particular tunnel is not very generous.
I guess, what, about 15 feet wide? Does that sound?
Yeah, the thing is you can't really tell exactly where it is if you're not far enough down the first gap. Oh, I like that a lot.
Putter again. She might have gone putter, putter, putter. Although I think that blue one might be a mid. But really playing the conservative game plan. Missy with her zone to pitch out, leaves herself a long putt just outside the circle. Raven also from that right side. Gosh, this final 200, 220 of this hole is just eating strokes. Missy,
nice
wow,
shot.
saving the bogey. Full extension, right in the middle. Tom giving her, her caddy giving her a belly pat, like a belly clap. He's always great about taking video and stuff of her. Lydia also with the bogey.
In this game, preparation is everything. It gives you that edge to become something from nothing. Success is not by accident. Because you know, the course plays no favorites. You know what it takes to be the best. In this game, detail matters. Idio Sports.
This is hole 6, 390 feet, par 3. Another straight or flex shot off the tee. There are branches on both the right-hand side and the left-hand side that seem to grab more often than you would think, as it looks like it's a fairly open fairway, but it seems harder to get to than you would expect.
Maria with the destroyer gets pin high.
Excellent. One of the most noticeable features about this hole are all the undulations on the ground, but of course those don't affect the disc in flight.
Lydia throwing a bit low, gets kind of stuck on that front side of that upslope. Missy with her go-to thrasher. This one is quite a pump. Tough to get there on a pure hyzer. Missy well outside circle 1. Probably needs to flex it a bit, but there's that tree on the right that kind of comes into play with the righty backhand. Raven putting it up pretty high and staying up there. Hopefully her caddy Tony can get that down. Raven with a lot of work here to get her par, but Raven's got a great putt too. She has just missed the one on hole 1 so far. Lydia pitching up. Now Missy with from about 55.
Even a chance.
Maria also just outside the circle. Little jumper. Kona also had a putt from about there, got pin high. Really tough to get this one. Lydia cleaning up her par. And Raven to save her par.
That was a pretty putt.
So this is also one of the new holes, hole 6, but also I gotta show hole 5, the one we just played. That's also a brand new hole, and I gotta shout out to Leah Sinagini, who got that birdie along with Maria. The only two, actually par, excuse me, the only 2 pars in the entire field were those 2. Leah also is running for running for the board of directors, and if you watch this and get to it, vote by the end of today, and you can vote for your board of directors.
This is hole 7. It is 960 feet. It's a par 5. This picturesque hole borders the water on the left-hand side for at least the first throw. It is possible to turn something over into the trees, but the fairway is very generous. On your likely third shot, you need to determine whether you're going to go to the right or left of that tree. And the basket is on a pretty steep slope right here.
Also another new hole.
Should we go? I don't know. I felt like everyone was ready, so I went, but yeah. Okay. Yeah, no, I was just making sure everyone was cool. Okay.
Maria checking in with the card mates. That's a nice thing to do. Maria with a destroyer. That same luster destroyer she's been pumping out there all day so far. Puts on another good shot out with it. I'd say stick to that one. Almost 400 feet of distance. Wow, that's perfect position.
A little low, but still great shot.
Yeah, second time in a row she's thrown a bit low, but still, I mean, she's away from the basket from Maria, but she threw it almost as far, 375 possibly. Missy with that same thrasher. I don't know if she's trying to turn that a little bit more. Cutting a little close to the water, but there is not a line on that left side, so you have to actually be fully wet. Raven with that trespass she's been throwing. Again, a little bit too much, Annie. But she may just be looking to get distance there.
Yeah, she had good power on that one.
Missy going thrasher again. It's starting to look like Missy could just play this course with 3 discs. Thrasher, meteor, zone.
I think there's something to be said for simplifying your bag.
Raven going back to the trespass. Again, Anheuser. This time it's nice and high and has plenty of time to work back.
She might have that tree blocking her view pretty substantially.
Lydia looking like a D2. Oh. Needs to get left. Ah, sneaks it into the short grass. She will probably have to take that tighter gap on the right.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure that's exactly what she's going to have to do. And she's going to have to contend with the side slope angle on her next shot.
Maria with a wraith. Looking to get a little bit more distance. I guess that could have been a destroyer, actually. Missy going back to the thrasher. Ooh, so that's a long putt, a long and dangerous putt. She looks like she will have those upper branches of that tree on the right to contend with to actually have a putt at it.
This turnover shot, you really have to throw it significantly farther than the distance to the pin because it's elevated so much.
And she gets it inside the circle for a birdie putt. Lydia going backhand on a tight line, pushing the right side, and gets a nice settle for a good putt for birdie. This is a very intimidating green, though. We'll have to see if these ladies are going to try to make the putt or lay it up. This is her MD3. Oh, I like that line.
Very well played.
That slight turn on the mid keeps it at the right angle to not roll back down or fade back down the hill. Missy with a long putt. It's kind of one of those things you have to decide, because if you're not confident you're going to make it, a basket hit will result in a roll away a lot of times. Raven kind of looked like she laid that up. Lydia, tentative run, but tapping in a par. Par is good. Although there were a lot of birdies on this hole. There was 29% of the field birdied it. That's a really good number. I'm not even playing this for birdie. So Maria with the birdie.
This is hole 8. It is 297 feet. It's a par 3. The water carry shouldn't be an issue. This plays just a little farther than the distance implies, but I would expect the entire card to have birdie opportunities.
A little intimidating as a righty backhand. They really have to turn this a little bit more than the sidearm approach. Speaking of turn, that was a little too much for Maria.
The wind was somewhat strong left to right.
You know what? I felt like on my shot too that the wind, I didn't read the wind properly.
I actually gave the wind more credit than it deserved when I played this hole.
So Lydia was at H2. Needed it to put it out a little bit more right. She might have a look over there, but it's kind of a low ceiling. We'll see if she has a look. Missy with her Undertaker. Little low. Get a skip. Oh, she does.
Oh, nice skip.
And Raven with a Trust Latitude 64 disc. I'm not seeing this one fly yet. And it's got some good speed, but still at the edge of circle 2. Not really a good birdie look. Maria pinched on the right over here. I don't know, is she going to try to make this? Oh, yeah, she's trying to make it. Wow! I did not think that was really a birdie look, and she sure proved me wrong. Judge life. Holy cow, Raven. Wham! Lots of finger spring center. That is awesome. Missy trying to match. She had to shot way out.
Yeah, those limbs really come into play if you're pinched on the right-hand side.
And Lydia looks like she may have a pretty good look. Just outside the circle.
Oh, I thought that was in.
Really close. Maria with a little work to do on this backside. Excellent. Yeah, she has not missed. She's only missed the one putt on hole 4 so far inside the circle. Missy cleaning up. Definitely a gettable hole. Really good scoring spread. 26% birdies, 52% pars, 23% bogey.
This is hole 9. It is 1,220 feet. It is par 5. There's very little in the way on this lengthy fairway. There's one large tree to start that most of the women will probably throw on the inside of. We've got pretty dense green on the right-hand side, but the fairway is so generous that that doesn't have to come into play. Once we get towards the basket, there is a white OB line around this tiny little creek here that the bridge goes over. And then the pin is up on an old golf green. So it is elevated a little bit.
And kind of slopey,
Yes.
which is like a subtle slope, but certainly in play. And this is like, what, 12, 20? Like, oh my gosh. It's like one of the longest holes I think I've ever played that wasn't like way down a mountain. Raven a little bit low, and Annie. Maria with that Luster Destroyer.
Very good line.
I like it. I'd like to hear in the comments, what is the longest hole you've ever played? I mean, I think mine is Aspen. Top, throw down, I can't remember the name of the course. But it was
Kiss
like
the Sky.
Kiss the Sky, that's it. It's like 1,600 feet, one of the holes that you can actually get a 2 on because it's just so downhill. Have you thrown that one?
A couple times. Love that course.
Yeah, so fun. But like grueling elevation. And you like can lose your disc like off the side of a mountain, never to be found again.
I saw a thunderstorm from above at that course once.
Oh Oh my God! From you were below it.
No,
You're,
I was
You're
above
it.
it.
You saw it below you.
Yes.
Wow. That would be a sight. So you can see like thunder and stuff. Like
Just
see
saw
the
the-
lightning.
Just saw the rolling clouds, and I knew that bad weather was coming. I didn't stick around too long, but
Yeah, right. Up on a mountain, and I guess if you're above the storm, it's actually pretty good. Raven throwing a nice second shot. Yeah, this is like crush, 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 maybe crush again. Missy going again to the Thrasher. I do kind of think this might be eagleable, though. Right? Two 500 footers? No, I guess not. Okay, I'm being a little ambitious here. Not for me, of course.
I think if the grass were a little bit more nourished, not so dry, and because I saw a couple people try rollers during practice, but they didn't work all that well. I think they would work better if we weren't in such a severe drought, and then maybe.
I suppose even just a birdie on this hole is a real accomplishment. Ravens. Oh no, that is critical mistake on this hole where it's difficult even to get the par. An OB stroke is a guaranteed bogey. So Missy playing out to that left side. I saw several of the righty backhand players on my card also doing that.
I like that approach as well.
It does seem to make that last shot a little bit longer. Uh-oh, this needs to get left quick. Oh.
That is out of bounds as well. Even if she had stayed in the small grass beyond that bridge, is out of bounds.
As well as that sidewalk on the right is out of bounds. Lydia also playing out to the left, but that was a miss.
It seems like it's hard to judge where that little creek is. And people were tending to be too conservative, throwing over to that left side. So at least that's what I saw on my card as well. It's a very nice shot.
It's super cool if it wasn't from a beach.
Missy with a buzz on this final shot of this hole. Up there for a putt for par. Maria recovering from that out of bounds.
Very smooth release.
And Lydia with her birdie shot.
Sit down or get in the basket.
Something get in the way. She'll have this headwind putt back for par. Cans it. And Maria for bogey. And Missy for par. What a hole, man. So the front nine, we have the par 4 that's like a par 4 at 5, as in hole 5. And then hole 7 is almost 1,000 feet. And then hole 9 is 1,200 feet. So that front nine is just really grueling. As you can see, lots of color on the scorecard. But Maria and Lydia out in front at a -1, Missy not far behind with a clean even. Raven back a little bit, but I'm excited to see what we see on the back. A lot of scoring opportunities on the back.
Kristen's having a great day so far, 4 under after 8. Sarah's doing very well as well. Haley at 2 under. Lydia and Maria tied for 4th.
Thanks for joining us on this front 9 of the feature card for the Preserve Championships. Make sure to join in on the back, and we'll see you next time.